Hello, those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Mrs. Bester. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the way things work in class, and others of you have had me first semester, so you kind of know what's going on. But let me talk to you about what it is you need to know. A lot of questions maybe that are different compared to your other teacher. How does homework get collected? What's a notebook packet? What is a daily quiz? Does Mrs. Bester use Google Classroom? What does she put on it? Do I need a book? How do I use the online book? How do retake tests work? So a lot of this might be very similar to what your other teacher did, or some of this might be a reminder. But how does homework get collected? We'll start with that one. Homework gets collected by a notebook packet. And that notebook packet, it gets turned in at the end of the unit. We'll call it the chapter, the unit. And it'll say what unit it is, and it'll have a list of all the homework that you needed from that chapter. So you'll do the first assignment, keep it in your notebook. Do the second assignment, keep it in your notebook. Do the third assignment. Maybe it's a worksheet. Keep that all handy. You need a folder and a notebook so that you're organized. Then we're going to say, all right, tomorrow we're reviewing because the test is on Thursday. Well, the day that we review is the day that you're turning in this packet. All of the assignments were on it. That doesn't mean you sit up the night before and do 8 assignments quick before you have to turn them in. You should have them all done. One day at a time, you just rip them out of your notebook, staple them in order, turn them in. So this gets graded. It's 40 formative points, so it's a pretty hefty packet. It's pretty thick, and it gives you a lot of formative points. But that doesn't mean that throughout the whole entire chapter that nothing else matters, or that you don't have to have them done on time, or that I don't know what you're doing or what's done on your packet. So that covers how does homework get collected and what's a notebook packet. But what is a daily quiz? That's the assignment that I'm really focusing on and what I really want you to focus on. The daily quiz, okay, let's say that it's Monday. I say, hey guys, it's Monday. Your assignment is page 100. You got to have that assignment done for Tuesday. It's a daily homework assignment. It's a daily assignment. I shouldn't even call it homework because you might not have taken home. Maybe we did it in class. It's a daily assignment. If I give it to you on Monday, it's expected to be done on Tuesday. Are you going to rip it out and hand it to me? No. You are going to take a daily quiz. You're going to walk into class. I'm going to say, do you have any questions on the homework? What struggles did you have on the assignment? And if there are none, you go straight to the daily quiz. What's the daily quiz? It's 3, 4, maybe 5 questions that pertain exactly to that homework that you were supposed to do the day before. So Monday's homework, you do it on paper. That's your practice. Nobody should grade your practice. You haven't figured it out yet. You're still learning. It's still part of the process. And then the next day, after you have a chance to ask questions, then you get quizzed on it and say, did you understand it? Do you know what's going on? Are you going to need further help? So that daily quiz gets graded. So when you say, does my assignment get graded? Yep. Every day, the next day. But instead of grading all 20 problems that you practiced on and you were trying, to do the work, it gets graded on the 3 or 4 or 5 most important problems and concepts that say, hey, you can show me how you do it. If you're a basketball player, athlete, musician, whatever, okay, if I said, hey, I'm going to grade you on your layups, I would hope that you would learn how to do the layups and go practice 20 of them before I count to see how many you make. Same thing with a musician. A band director is not going to give you the music and say, all right, play this, sight read it, I'll put a grade on it. That's your homework. That's your assignment. You're going to practice it, and then he's going to say, okay, show me how you know it after you've had some time to practice it. So your daily quiz is the grade of how well do you know your homework. And it comes pretty much daily. I'd say in a 5-day class week, you get 3 of them at the most, maybe 4. Does Mrs. Bester use Google Classroom, and what does she put on it? Absolutely. Go to the classroom stream. Everything you need to know is on the classroom stream. Let's see if I can pop it up right here. There's the stream. I will put them on by topics. What's happening this week? What happened last week? Okay, as the week comes on, and it'll be in order. So the Mondays will be down here, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. They will just keep popping up. What else is on there? If you go to the stream instead of the classwork, that's where, and I know this is a little bit blurry, but you could just open your classroom and take a look at it. That's where I put some important stuff that you might need all semester. Okay, what should you bring to class? Here's the book with the username and the password and the link. So you can't ever say, well, I couldn't find my online book. Yeah, you could, because you know how to find Google Classroom. Click the link, there's the username, there's the password, good to go. What else is on the stream? I think I had a calendar on here. Yep, a calendar. You want to know, hey, what are we doing this week? What did we do last week in algebra? Open the calendar. You've got the whole week planned out for you so that you can kind of gauge like, I better do my work on Tuesday because it looks like Wednesday we got more to do. And finally, you have a retake test video. Because if I tell you right now how to do a retake test, you might be like, oh, yeah, whatever, I don't need a retake. 2 months from now, oh, I need a retake. I don't know how to do it. How do I do a retake this semester? I won't tell you how to do a retake. I'll say, go to your Google Classroom stream and watch this video. And sometimes they'll say, hey, why don't you show that video to your parents because they're the ones making you retake that test. So the stream only has important information that you might want to use throughout the semester and go back to. The classwork is the one where it has the list and it has it weekly updated. Do I need a book? How do I use the online book? You can take a book home with you so that you have an actual physical book to look at. I have books in class that you can look at, that you can borrow, but just during the class period. If you check a book out, you take it home, you keep it for the semester, you bring it back at the end of the semester. But otherwise, you can go to the online book, and I think I just kind of touched on that. Go to this stream, open the online book, and you can use, there's lots of resources on there. Just play around, hit a bunch of buttons, but the one that you need for your assignments is the book pages. And the book pages not only has the page that you're working on, you could also turn the page and look in the back of the book because all the odd numbers are in the back of the book. So if you want, and that's true in the online book also. So if you want to know how to check your odd answers or look them up, make sure you're doing them right, ask me if you're not sure how to get to the back of the book. And how to retake test work, I'm going to touch on it just super briefly so that you know before you go look at that whole video. But let's go back to this notebook packet and homework. If you didn't do the homework, you're not going to do very well on the test. And if you don't do very well on the test, you're going to have to retake it or you're just going to have a poor grade. Okay? This homework packet has to be complete before you're even allowed to consider doing a retake. Why do you need help? Why do you need to retake it? Because you need to relearn the material. Why do you need to relearn the material? Because you didn't do it in the first place. So you're going to get this packet back. No matter what the grade is on it, it has to be fixed. It has to be redone. Every assignment, every problem has to be done. Then you'll spend some RTI time with me going over your old test. What did you do wrong? We could look at your daily quizzes and say, well, look at your daily quizzes. You got 7 problems wrong in that 2 weeks. That's too many problems, and you should have asked for help. So we'll look at daily quizzes. We'll look at your test problems that you got wrong. You have to have your notebook complete. If there was a review assignment, you have to do the review assignment. And then once you've done all that work to not only earn an opportunity to retake, but to also reteach you what it was that you did wrong in the first place, then you can do a retake. The test will not be the same. It'll be the same type of test, but of course all different problems. So you can't just memorize answers and rewrite them either. But that pretty much covers what you need to know for first semester, but there might be a lot more. Then just ask me. Be like, I didn't get that. I'll say, did you watch the video? Yeah, I watched the video. You didn't say anything. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the answer to your question. Ask me anything you want. I'll have an answer or I'll find the answer. Have a great semester.